winter survival demands immediate separation from the frozen earth. Today, one builder begins constructing a series of elevated camps in deep snow. He processes the initial timber, relying on a sharp, aggressive saw pitch to cut through the green wood. A heavy hatchet blade is used to square off the ends, creating stable, load-bearing supports. With the raised deck secured, the focus shifts to overhead protection. A long, flexible sapling is measured to serve as the primary ridge pole. The builder lashes the frame directly to a living tree, utilizing its deep root system as an unbreakable anchor. Using thick twine, each binding is pulled hand-tight to prevent shifting under the impending weight of winter weather. A pitched A-frame design is critical here. The steep angle ensures heavy snowfall will slide off the roof rather than accumulating and stressing the timber. In sub-zero environments, structural failure leaves you entirely exposed. Over a waterproof tarp, the exterior is fortified with layers of fresh spruce boughs. The dense evergreen needles act as a natural windbreak, trapping pockets of dead air to create a highly effective thermal barrier against the cold. He tucks the branches point downward into the frame, mimicking the natural growth pattern of the tree. This overlapping shingle effect forces melting snow to run smoothly off the exterior, keeping the inner layers completely dry. Beyond raw insulation, the thick greenery provides excellent camouflage. It blends the geometric shape of the shelter directly into the chaotic forest landscape. With the hearth established, the first hot meal is prepared. He skewers thick slices of bacon onto a freshly whittled stick, holding it over the open flame. Cooking over a wood fire requires constant attention to manage flare-ups and ensure an even, slow roast. The rendering fat drips into the coals, releasing a rich, calorie-dense smoke. In freezing temperatures, processing high-fat foods is essential for maintaining core body heat throughout the night. The crisp meat is placed on a simple slice of bread, fuel for the body, provided by the fire. Moving to a new lean-to structure, the builder focuses entirely on interior insulation. He carries large bundles of harvested spruce branches inside to construct a dense, living mattress. Sleeping directly on cold earth or snow aggressively pulls heat from the human body through conduction. To prevent this rapid heat loss, the boughs are layered thickly, curving upward to create a springy, elevated cushion. Heat-neared trees kneels to a range of meticulously ensuring there are no thin spots where the freezing ground could sap his warmth. Tucking the ends securely into the corners of the frame locks the bedding firmly in place. As a heavy snow squall blows outside, the small interior transforms into a fortified microclimate. The natural resins in the spruce needles release a distinct fresh scent while naturally repelling ground moisture. He sits to test the finished floor for comfort and compression. A thick layer of vegetation can raise the perceived temperature inside a shelter significantly. It is a simple, ancient survival technique. Days later, an ambitious subterranean dugout has been carved directly into a steep, sandy embankment. Before finishing the overhead roof structure, the natural ventilation system must be rigorously tested. He places a bundle of dry twigs and highly combustible lichen near the entrance, sparking them into a quick flame. A subterranean fire pit poses a significant risk of carbon monoxide, cooling if the draft is not perfectly aligned. By lighting this small test fire, he can carefully observe how the smoke travels along the curved, sandy ceiling. The hollowed-out shape of the earth is designed to catch and reflect radiant heat while directing toxic exhaust safely out through the upper opening. The dry lichen catches quickly, casting a bright, warm glow against the raw, uninsulated walls. Sand is an excellent thermal mass, meaning it will absorb the fire's energy and radiate it back long after the embers die down. As the flames grow larger, the airflow proves highly successful. Thick white smoke billows, predictably from the cave entrance, rising cleanly into the frozen canopy above. Without a proper draft, the shelter would become an uninhabitable trap. With the ventilation confirmed, he can safely proceed. Inside the dugout, the builder installs a heavy gray tarp along the earthen wall. This synthetic layer acts as a crucial moisture barrier, preventing damp soil from leaching into the living space. He stakes a horizontal log across the floor to define the sleeping area, keeping dirt and ash away from the bed. Using a small hand saw, he cuts timber to length, framing a slightly raised sleeping platform. Elevation is just as important underground as it is outside. He spreads a final layer of fresh spruce boughs over the logs to create a soft, insulated cushion. Sitting back on the finished bed, the geometry of the dugout comes into focus. The enclosed space requires minimal fuel to stay warm. In a final display of cold-weather engineering, a heavy-duty lean-to receives its finishing layers. He stacks dense spruce boughs onto the roof frame, starting from the bottom and working upwards. This bottom-up technique ensures water flows seamlessly over the overlapping branches. Inside, a reflective thermal tarp is spread across the floor. The silver backing reflects radiant body heat upward, amplifying the shelter's overall efficiency. Over this moisture barrier, a final thick mattress of evergreen boughs is laid down. In the end, structure, landscape, and daily routine operate as one system. A place that produces, protects, and sustains itself.